Hey, beautiful souls, and welcome back to another session of The Sanctuary. This is our space for reflection, growth, and connection. I'm your girl and guide, Mariah Myles, licensed therapist, minister, and overall creative. I am so glad that you're here with me today. We're here in the heart of March, and I hope you're finding moments of peace and presence as the spring unfolds around us. We continue to follow along with the prompts from my journal, Busy Minds, Peaceful Hearts. So sit back, relax, it's time to tune in. Last week we explored the practice of mindful eating, and I hope that you're finding moments of peace and presence with every meal. If you're just joining us or want a reminder, please go back and listen to session 11. Get a little inspired over there. As we continue our journey of mindfulness this month, we're going to allow ourselves to connect with our bodies, right? We're going to ground ourselves in this present moment. And as you can see through Busy Minds, Peaceful Hearts, there's lots of different somatic practices there. I am a trained yoga teacher, done training in both Hatha and Yin. And so I like to weave that through a lot of our integration practices. And also to kind of start practices, right? Allowing ourselves to settle and slow down and get tuned in with our breath. So today, we'll begin with the restorative somatic practice. I will walk you through the traditional steps and then offer modifications. So I invite you to find a comfortable position, kind of wherever you are, but if you can, come down onto your hands and knees, whether that's on a rug or mat, something comfortable though. And gently bring your big toes together and spread your knees as wide as is comfortable. And if this doesn't feel quite comfortable, you can place a pillow or a rolled up blanket between the backs of your thighs and your calves. Inhale deeply, allow your sit bones to sink back towards the heels of your feet, and gently walk your hands out in front of you, lowering your torso towards the floor. You might rest your forehead on the mat, the floor beneath you. And if your forehead doesn't reach, no worries. You can always rest it on your hands or a pillow. But since this is restorative, we want you to get comfortable. I invite you to extend your arms out in front of you. Your palms can be down, or you can allow your arms to rest alongside your body, behind you, palms facing up. Allow your shoulders to soften. Perhaps you close your eyes and tune into your breathing. Feel your body supported by the earth. Notice the gentle expansion of your belly as you breathe deeply. And just allowing yourself to rest in this space here. Tuning into your breath. Another option, if child's pose doesn't feel accessible, you might sit in a chair with your feet flat on the floor. Allow your head to extend and reach towards the sky. Take a big inhale through your nose. And on the exhale, gently tuck your tailbone And rest your forearms on the tops of your thighs. You might also gently bow your head, feeling the weight of your head, stretching your spine. You might rest your head on your hands or a pillow, just allowing yourself to go as deep as it feels good. And breathing deeply and slowly, inhaling and exhaling fully. Allowing your shoulders to soften, perhaps allowing your eyes to close or lower your gaze. And just be here, tuned in for a few minutes. Focusing on your breathing and the sensations of your body. Deepening your breath. Notice how your body feels. Do you feel any grounding? Was there any release of any tension? Is there a sense of calm? Take a moment to simply be present with the sensations in your body. And then, as you bring yourself back to this space that we're in now, gently walk your hands back towards your body, rising up. And if you are seated, allow your head to reach back up towards the sky, rolling your spine up, right? Allowing the weight of your body to shift and just noticing what this transition feels like. Can we go with the flow of what is occurring in the body in the moment? Maybe you look around your space, rearrange yourself, getting comfortable once again, asking yourself, what do I need in this moment, if anything? And now that we've grounded ourselves, let's turn to our topic for the week. I've been sitting with mindfulness and nature, two things I love. And spring is really just bursting with life, isn't it? I mean, there's the blossoms. I was on a walk the other day and I just lit up when I turned the corner and someone had all of these perennials just like lined up in their walkway, their entrance, all these tulips in so many different colors. I took a picture and I sent it to my mama. So that's exciting. But also the other thing that's bursting to life in spring is the longer days. And this incredible feeling of renewal. Even though the sun is out, there's these light showers that trickle through. It feels like a cleanse, and yet the sun is still beaming and it's still there to grace you. Something about it, right? And so I've just really been having that pull of nature lately. I want to say I imagine that you have too, but our perspectives are all different. I wonder how you have been experiencing this transition of spring. From a psychological perspective, spending time in nature has been shown to reduce stress, improve our mood, and even boost our immune systems. From a spiritual perspective, nature is a source of wonder. It's a source of beauty. It's a source of connection to something greater than ourselves, right? But today, I want to focus on how nature is a doorway to a deeper connection. So I invite y'all to think back, for some of y'all way, way back. I'm one of them, some of y'all's. So I'm going to think back, way, way back. I'm kind of remembering, but I want you to think back to the first time that you remember being in nature. Right? That first connection. And you can really close your eyes and see if you can bring that memory to life. I wonder what you're getting. For me, so many flashes, but some clear ones are, I think about my dad taking me to this little cove beach in Foster City. And we would come back all like sun-kissed and brown and toasty. I mean, we're already brown, but what I'm saying is I didn't have my winter coat, so I was brown. And we would have a great time. And I have to be real, I don't even know what we were doing all day, but all that sunshine and the playing and the fresh air, I was just so happy. So happy. And that memory kind of competes with another one that comes to me. I think about playing in this park. And when I say park, I don't mean like a park that has structure, like, play structure or anything like that. I'm talking about just like, grass. And this particular park had these ponds, big ponds, full of ducks and geese. And I'm feeding them with my mom and sometimes my dad. And it's funny too, because this particular park happened to be at a cemetery. Well, that's a whole nother story because, I love cemeteries, but it's a whole nother story. I'm not going to go there. I also kind of have this image of me being at the beach really early on too, on my papa's, that's my grandpa, on my papa's shoulders in Half Moon Bay. But something about that one feels a little foggy, right? So those are some of my connections, some of my earliest memories, the ones that I know for sure aren't implicit memories, right? Where they're stored in our mind because we saw a picture and someone kept telling us the story over and over until we made it a memory. So that's why I say that thing with my papa was a little foggy, because I know for sure I saw a picture, but parts of it feel like, do I really remember that? So what do you remember? What's your relationship with nature? What does this bring up for you? I think that one of the most beautiful gifts of nature is its ability to help us find stillness. And in this stillness, I believe our bodies connect and begin to share new whispers, new insights. And this stillness isn't about emptiness. It's about opening ourselves to what is. And as we connect with nature, I feel like we really open ourselves up to what is all around us. But let's also acknowledge something important here. Sometimes we approach nature with these expectations. Do you know what I mean? Like we might expect to feel calm, or we might expect to feel inspired. Maybe we expect to feel renewed. Do you know what I'm saying? Has that ever happened for you? You might not have consciously known that you had an expectation, but one might be there. And while those expectations often are true, I have to wonder, and so I ask, what do we offer? Is this conversation with nature that we have, is it only one-sided? Right? Does it only work when we expect to receive something? Or I wonder, just like any relationship, does this connection require active listening? A willingness to be present, to give as well as receive. How do we give back to nature? Because nature gives us so much. feel like maybe one of the ways is just from us observing, by allowing ourselves to truly see nature. I think that then maybe we are already offering something back. We're offering our attention, our appreciation, our respect, this sense of honor and reverence. We're acknowledging the beauty and this wonder of the natural world just by seeing it. So yeah, maybe that's our gift back. Maybe that's where some of the reciprocity lies. Well, that and probably doing no harm. Okay, but that's a different podcast. I don't want to digress too much. I feel like that would just take me on a whole tangent. Y'all don't want to hear me rant, although I'm kind of ranting, but okay. Bringing it back. I want you to envision like a time that somebody has actually seen you and maybe appreciated you for who you are, right? Unconditionally. And so I wonder if we do the same thing to nature, that observation, for it to be seen, is that a little part of us giving back? How do we cultivate this relationship, this conversation? Another working theory is by engaging our senses. Right? So as we engage our senses, we become more present, more aware, more connected. And this might still be kind of being seen, but in a different way. So what can we notice? Let's move and flow through some of my thoughts here as we explore all of our sensations. When you think about nature, what are you noticing? What do you see? Are there colors? Are there shapes? Are there patterns? So many things, right? Is there a light? Is there a shadow and darkness? Do you hear any sounds in this place? So many sounds in nature. Is it a bird song or the wind rustling through the trees? The gentle flow of a stream. The sounds of nature are so good. It's like a symphony, right? What are the sounds that you hear in that place? Maybe it's the place that you first experienced nature. Maybe you bring yourself back there and try to remember what that was like. Are there any smells or taste? It might be the scent of the earth, or the flowers, or the scent of the rain. Where are your hands and feet? Anything that you can touch or feel? Maybe it's the feeling of the sun on your skin, or the breeze on your face. Or maybe it's just you being being in the stillness. A few practices that I have been loving over my lifetime. First, a little bit of forest bathing, which is simply spending time in a forest or a woodland, immersing yourself in the atmosphere. You are fully clothed in this situation, in this scenario. It's all about slowing down, way, way down, and connecting with nature. And just allowing the forest to work its magic. And of course, the science supports this, because studies have shown that forest bathing can lower your blood pressure, reduce stress hormones, and boost the immune system. Anytime we are decreasing our stress and finding the calm, many of those things can be true. Even a guided visualization of forest bathing can do those things too. The other thing that I love nature walks. And I know it's not always easy. We might feel distracted, right? There's so much stimuli, so much noise. Our minds might be racing, and we might struggle to slow down. We might be uncomfortable. Maybe it's the weather, or maybe there's like bugs, or maybe the bugs are your own thoughts. We may even be worried about the future. But the beauty is that we're still connected to the earth, even when we are distracted. We are held. So this week, I invite you to find some time in nature. And it doesn't have to be some sort of grand adventure. It can be as simple as sitting in your backyard, if you're so blessed to have one, walking around the block, your front yard, the park, a patch of grass. Before you go outside, or even just before you look out the window, I invite you to take a moment to close your eyes and to ask yourself, what do I need from nature today? What do I want to offer? And then simply be open to whatever comes to mind. So that's kind of the prompt that I'd like you to engage with this week. And first, you'll find a place where you feel drawn, a place where you feel calm and safe enough, right? A place where you can be open to receive the whispers of nature. And then I invite you to really pay attention to any distractions that arise. A thought, a sound, a feeling. And just acknowledge it. And then gently redirect your attention back to your focus. And maybe you're distracted by the worry of the day, and you can redirect your attention back to the sound of the wind. Let the earth hold you. Next, I want you to engage in your senses. What do you see? What do you hear? Smell? Feel? Really allow yourself to immerse in the experience. And here's something easy you can do. Set a timer for about 5 minutes each day and commit to spending that time outside. Even if it's just on your porch or your balcony, allow yourself this experience. And I know sometimes it's hard, but also making the time is important. It's important for you and your connection with yourself. Remember, this practice of mindfulness is not about emptying your mind. It's not. But it's about creating this space for awareness. It's about witnessing your thoughts and your emotions without that judgment. And really choosing to respond with intention. It's about remembering that you are a divine being having a human experience. And this month, I encourage you to continue to find small ways to incorporate mindfulness into your daily life. Take a few mindful breaths throughout the day. Notice the sensations in your body. Just really paying attention to the world around you, right? Pausing to slow down. Bring that quality of mindful presence to all that you do. And really this week, bringing that mindful presence to nature and remembering to listen and to share your gifts, because you have some. I hope this session has provided you with a foundation to continue to add and build upon for a mindful march. May you embrace the present moments with grace and compassion and a deep sense of connection to yourself and all of life. So once again, thank you for being here on whatever channel you are streaming through. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a session here at the Sanctuary. Still welcoming your experience. I want to hear your sanctuary voice. What is healing look like for you? Or whatever else you got going on over there. I want to hear it. Please share. You can connect at thesanctuarywithmoriahmyles at gmail.com. All together, no spaces. Or head over to IG. That's my_Mariah. Until next time, embrace each breath and remember, our bodies have this innate wisdom, the beautiful ability to heal itself, and we heal best in community. Peace, y'all. While this podcast may feel like a therapeutic conversation, it is important to note that it is not a substitute for professional therapy or mental health. The information shared here is intended solely for educational purposes and should not be used as a replacement for personalized mental health care. Although I am a therapist, I'm not acting as your therapist in this setting. If you are in need of support, please reach out to a qualified mental health professional.